Welcome everyone back to World of Warcraft, and if you've seen the 7.1.5 patch notes, you'll know that the sky is indeed falling, but fortunately I'm here today to help you hold up your own little section of that sky, so that you're not crushed under the weight of these horrible patch notes. Today I want to take a look at the Shadow Priest. We're going to be going over how to successfully still achieve the third Void Torrent for Surrender to Madness, and this is post-nerf, so you've already got the reduction and the viability of doing this. I believe they increased the drain on sanity at high stacks. At lower stacks it's a little bit easier, but once you get past about 20-21 stacks, then it starts draining faster and faster than it did before. So this is more difficult than it was in the past. However, I can demonstrate that it is still quite possible, and my priest isn't very well geared. I'm only about 858 item level. So you don't need to have mega raid gear to do this. So I'm at the PvP dummy here to demonstrate this. It's a bit easier because it can low HP, so Shadow Word Death actually works. I'll start just by applying both dots. You only have to apply them once at the start and they stay up. And immediately in the first Void form you want to torrent straight away. Don't delay anything, just get this torrent going right away. After that you want to disperse early. This is a new part for the patch. And dispersing early I think is pretty good here, because it just lets you get some more time on the Void Torrent cooldown, and you can disperse again later. So at this point I'm just doing a rotation of Void Bolt, then Mind Blast, then a filler, and then Void Bolt again, and then 2 more fillers. And I can put this up on the screen so you can see it more easily. And this rotation stays static until about 135% haste, and then it changes round. You can pretty much see I'm just doing a standard rotation. I'm occasionally using Shadow Word Death just for the extra damage. It's not really necessary for the sanity at this point. I just continue on this standard rotation. I'm not using my power infusion yet. I'm holding on to all of that, and I'm just using the basic insanity generators to reach my second Void Torrent, which you can see is coming up about now. As soon as that's up, you don't want to delay. Press it right away and get back to using your other skills. So I'm hitting around 135% haste, and this is the point where the rotation changes. It now changes to Void Bolt, Mind Blast, Void Bolt, and then filler. So we're skipping 1 filler per cycle here. At this point it starts getting pretty fast. I'm hitting about 80 stacks. You can see the insanity drain gets a little bit crazy around 80, so I'm popping my power infusion to help me along there. During power infusion you kind of want to hold off on using Shadow Word Death. You ideally want to leave power infusion with both death charges available. The increased insanity generation from the power infusion bonus helps you there. So as soon as power infusion's gone, you're kind of on borrowed time here. You want to continue void bowling as much as you can, fill in with Shadow Word Death often, and then disperse last minute here. So you have disperse with about 3 seconds left to Void Torrent, fill the gap with Void Bolts, and then comes the Torrent. And pretty much immediately after this I'm dead because there's nothing else I can do. But you can see demonstrated here that it is totally possible to still reach the third Void Torrent, and given that my gear is rather mediocre, it should be a lot easier for people with more gear than I do. So I think my combined stats, I have around 13k haste and about 5k crit. I'm pretty sure my versatility and mastery are absolutely negligible. I think the only mastery I have is the mastery on the weapon, and the only versatility I have is versatility on a belt. So it's pretty much all about your haste and your crit at this point. If you have decent levels of those you can still make it, although it does require a bit of concentration. I imagine if you have better gear than I do then it's a little bit more easy. But still overall the nerf is certainly noticeable. Before the patch I was making this a lot more easy. So yeah, good luck with that. It's certainly still possible to do it, although it's quite a bit more difficult now. And we'll have to see just what it's like when the patch hits, and if it's notably harder then after the even more insanity nerfs. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your priest.